Welcome to Go Get Us Podcast. We haven't decided yet. We're going to be doing. I'm Colby.
And I'm the lobster that caused the Big Bang. You can call me Fee.
Okay. Did you go to like a 2006 like LOO random RAR XD generator to pull that one out, or?
No, God, where did I hear? We, as you all know, lobsters are immortal, right?
Yeah, they have the capacity to technically be immortal, but probably not in practice. Yes.
But how do you know that there wasn't a lobster that was there at the beginning?
I don't. But yeah, it's pretty statistically unlikely.
I was that lobster.
Hi, it was me.
It was me.
Let her know. I want her to know it was me.
Like, and lobsters are pretty cool. Lobsters are like these weird things. I think the reason I chose that is because I've been watching the Justice League cartoon, and I think there was an offhand comment about lobsters in the show, and I was like, I'm gonna do something with this.
You know what? I'm gonna look up everything about lobsters. And then 6 hours later, you were like, yes, I'm not autistic at all.
I'm deep in the lobster hole.
I'm just deep in lobster lore, like you do sometimes. It's fine.
Listen, okay, so it's just, I don't know what it is. I'll hear something offhand while I'm watching something. I did it last night while I was at work, and I was watching a video, and then I was like, well, I don't know, oh, shit, what was I watching? I was watching okay, so I was watching a drama channel about Ariana Grande. She is apparently dating the live action SpongeBob, the guy who did SpongeBob live action musical.
Yeah.
And I was 5 minutes into that video. I was like, there was a live action musical, and an hour goes by of me researching the musical, watching music, and then watching the SpongeBob, regular SpongeBob music, just to go back. Oh yeah, I was watching this video. And so I do that sometimes. I'll hear something. I'm like, well, I want to know more about that, and I'll go fucking on a big tangent of searching, only for me to be like, well, I think that's enough information. Time to go back to what I was first watching. I might as well rewind it.
Yeah, here's the thing. At my job, that's basically what I get paid to do. Whenever you're sort of like a hands-on keyboard programming engineer, what happens is it's your job to complete tickets, and write features and whatever. As a tech lead, what you're supposed to do is basically float around the entire company just to make sure that things are going okay. And so I get requirements from people and translate them into work for the team to do. But also I'm in a bunch of other channels where I'm like, hey, that sounds like it's vaguely related to our stuff. Hey, do you think about this? And I'm reading documents and I'm doing 18 things at once. And this happened on Monday. Somebody was like, oh, hey, we have a little request to do this thing real quick. Can you knock that out? And I was like, yeah, sure. Just write a ticket for it and I'll get it done. And then while I was doing that, I got pulled in 4 or 5 different directions. And then last night at 9 p.m., I was like, oh shit, I forgot to do that thing on Monday. Okay. And then I woke up this morning. I couldn't remember it. Just didn't remember it at all until halfway through the day. And then I was like, yeah, that's not getting done today. Guess it'll get done tomorrow.
Hey, that's tomorrow's problem. Yeah, to be fair, I've come to term with time blindness, and me man, there's many. We probably talked about this many times where you have something you want to do, but you're sitting or you're doing something in your mind. You're like, all right, I'll get up and here whenever the pause breaks, and then I'll pause and I'll get up and do it. But then the pause goes by, and you're like, okay, well, I'll wait till next time. This episode's almost over. I could just wait.
Yeah. The one that gets me most often is it happened this morning. I was like, you know what? I want to listen to something while I'm making coffee. And then I stood there for 5 minutes scrolling through YouTube, like, I don't know, not that.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I'm not going to be able to watch it, so I have to be able to listen to it. I don't have my headphones on me, so the audio has to be kind of okay. Let me keep going. Let me keep going. And then 5 minutes later, I was like, God, what am I doing? I'm just standing here.
Coffee's already done. It's getting cold.
Jesus.
Why are there so many ostriches? So yeah, that's how it was last night for me. But apart for finding out there was a live action musical for SpongeBob, like it apparently did really good.
Oh, okay.
And what's it called? I don't care about the drama about Ariana Grande and fucking SpongeBob, me boy.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't care who Ariana Grande fucks or how committed they were in another relationship. That's between them. I don't give a fuck. I don't know why people want me to either.
I really don't care about it. Although I wish she was with me. But I mean, she is hot. I'll give her that. She's very hot. But the guy who did Squidward in live action musical is hotter. No, I'm just kidding.
Hell yeah, he is.
If you see like any kind of clip of him, dude, the way they did Squidward's legs in that show is like fucking wacky. Like,
okay.
So like he's just normal and he looks good. The voice is good. He has a song. It's good. Whatever. But like Squidward in the cartoon has 4 legs, right?
I do.
So they put like another pair of legs on him that are like stitched to his back. So whenever he bends his knees, the other legs bend, and they look fucking real. It's so weird to see it in motion because it's so fluid.
Oh. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, I gotta pull this up for our at-home audience because this is
live.
This is upsetting to look at, honestly.
Wait, the Squidward legs?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't like it. No. No.
It's surreal, right? It's so weird. It's uncanny.
Is.
It's like I was watching it last night and I was like mystified. I was stupefied. I was like, what is this?
Okay, here we go. So
yeah,
bring this over and then look at this.
These fucking legs. God. And look at the way they move.
Yeah, they're okay. So if you've ever seen like those guys that like have a bunch of like people paper mache people in front of them and like they're all connected with a tube. It's kind of like that, but also more upsetting because it's like in this one like the motion is too fluid. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, it's too fluid. Like the legs aren't dangling. They're not like dangling. They're like real fluid. He looks like he could be a centaur without the extra ass.
Yeah.
Like and he tap dances with them.
He does.
And that's weird to look at. It's so I don't like it feels wrong, right?
It does. This feels, and by the way, like listener at home, like you can Google this, like Google like Squidward tentacle legs musical, and you will find a bunch of stuff. I would like to point out, I don't know what is happening in the musical at this point, but
he's singing a song about how.
What is he doing?
He's singing a song about how he's not a loser.
Oh, good. Well, he's wearing a suit in it, but the color grading on the suit makes it look like he's Elsa from Frozen with her dress.
Yeah, but that's Squidward's skin tone.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like the Green Ranger.
You know what? He kind of does.
It's weird. And when he turns around and you see his back legs, it's gross.
Yes.
He kind of looks like those balls that like expand and like go like up, like in and out.
Yeah. And it's like when he does like when he does anything, it's not that like the legs follow how his legs bend. Sometimes they bend the other way. And he's familiar enough with them that he can do that at will. And so he's like just hot footing, stepping around and making his knees go all over the place. And you're like, no.
It could have been fine if he didn't have 4 legs. It would have had the same effect.
Yeah, would have been okay. But here we are, Squidward 4 legs.
I wanted to bring this up. I had this in my notes because, like, it's so... Ugh.
So, Fee, the first thing that I wanted to talk about before, and I'm glad we got to talk about Squidward legs. Now that I've been exposed to it, this may be the worst thing that has happened to me. I wanted to briefly explain why we didn't have an episode last week.
Fuck, yeah.
Basically...
wait. Can I tell the story?
Sure.
Right, so Colby was he was sick with eye face gross.
Yep.
He would see what happened was he was a lawyer last week in court, and he was defending someone, or he was the prosecutor. He was trying to put away a mobster.
That's right.
And as he was doing that, the mobster threw acid on him, and Batman in full costume protected him. But Colby, he still got the acid on him, so he was out a week.
It's true. That is exactly what happened. Don't worry, though. I took eye drops and it was better.
Yeah, it's my masterful non sequitur.
Yeah, that was very masterful, Fee. Fee tells me, he's like, oh yeah, I noticed that, like, whenever Harvey Dent gets acid thrown in his face, like, Batman jumps out in full costume from the crowd, like, too late. And Fee thought that was very funny. Fee thought that was funny enough that he was like, I gotta bring it up on the show.
Because, like, so, like, okay, so everyone, Batman has to be sitting in the crowd, right? In full costume.
Yep.
And the person next to him just has to be like, there's Batman next to me.
Yo, shit's up.
But also the judge has to look out to the crowd and see that there's Batman there. And then the audacity of the mafia on the prosecution just sees Batman and still throws acid at Harvey Dent.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the other thing that's, like, I would say even more insidious. What if Batman was, like, crouching down in the crowd? So now there's, like, a weird hole in the crowd, and everybody that's around him is like, yo, what the fuck is... Did Batman drop something? Batman's just like, I'm ready. I'm waiting. Ah, shit, I was too late. Ah!
And the acid gets thrown in his face. The bailiffs don't even help him.
Bailiff's like, whoa, shit. Yo, is that acid? I don't want to touch that.
And not even that Val Kilmer Batman was in full costume and leaped into the, to help him or whatever. I mean, he's sitting there in broad daylight, something Batman just doesn't do.
No.
The thing is, when you see the clip of Tommy Lee Jones getting hit with acid, it shows him trying to put, like, his clipboard in his face to protect it, but he only gets half. But when you see the clip, he, like, throws his face into the acid being thrown, and all of it gets hit. And it's such a stupid scene.
Hell yeah, he's trying. He said, somebody threw a liquid at him, and the thing is like, he's kind of a bottom, so he's like, I know what I gotta do now. Oh shit, it was acid. Damn.
Oh, Tommy Lee Jones isn't a bottom. Have you seen his face? He's a top. He's a full top.
I think you're right. Tommy Lee Jones, Harvey Dent, is the toppest top I've ever seen. And
maybe when he got hit with the acid, maybe Harvey Two Switch.
Yeah, Two Faces for sure. Switch for sure.
Oh God, jeez, I never thought about it. Damn, breaking new ground. There, DC.
Yeah.
Take notes.
Yeah, thanks, DC. Honestly, thanks for introducing the first bi character. He literally just flips a coin and is like, sure, good enough. Fate wants me to fuck you or be fucked by you, I guess.
Yeah, he's in the bedroom and he's got his boyfriend, his versatile twink switch on bed, and he's like, all right, we're gonna see who's topping, fucking flink, and like gets his coin and its tails. He's like, look like you're digging into this ass.
Yeah.
I don't know, like a Two-Face catchphrase.
And his
like,
boyfriend's like, I fucking hate when I have to do that. God damn it.
He's like, I want you to come twice as hard.
oh, you know me, Harvey. I love it. Love doing that for you.
But like the acid's like all the way on the other half, so like even back there, he has like half a regular butthole and half an acid butthole.
And his boyfriend's like, I always feel weird about like, can I grab the acid side? Is that okay?
He's like, yeah, it's all right. It doesn't hurt too bad.
Doesn't hurt no more. I don't even have no nerve endings there. You can hit me with a baseball bat in that ass cheek and feel nothing.
God damn. Of all the characters to not make bi, why not Two-Face?
Honestly, it's
like,
right there.
Yeah, oh, dude, he could have like he could be like taking hostages of like dudes and girls. He's like, oh, I love them both.
I love them both. Fucking, and the way that they reveal it is somebody is like, Batman, there's somebody who's like at the courthouse, and it looks like he's like flipping a coin and shooting hostages, and he's like, Bi-Face, sorry, Two-Face, shit.
Good old switch. God damn it. See, like, they made the wrong people bi in DC. Like, they made Superboy bi, and they made Robin bi, and those were just bad choices. They had to be Harvey Two-Face. God, I got a headache. I'm gonna have to laugh. I haven't laughed in a long time.
So let me elucidate our listeners. The real reason why we didn't have an episode is I got sick with pink eye, and then right as I was recovering, we were going on a vacation for like a week. So, fun fact,
don't go on vacation with pink eye.
Well, first off, so I figured out that I had pink eye over the weekend. I had oral antibiotics and some eye drops, and we were leaving on Thursday. And like, I'm going to tell you the story, and it really does sound like the hits keep on coming, but somebody had a worse day today than I have in the past 2.5 weeks, and that made me feel kind of better about myself. So I had pink eye, wasn't feeling very good, took these eye drops, took my oral antibiotics, was feeling okay. Like, the baby who had pink eye as well, that got cleared out. Mine got cleared out. Everything was fine. We leave and drive up for like 12 hours on Thursday. We show up, and the baby is just not sleeping because everybody is awake. He finally gets down at like 3 a.m. We only sleep for 4 hours. He's irritated. I'm exhausted. My wife is like trying their best to like help out. So like by the end of that day, the baby goes to sleep really easily because he like played in the lake. He didn't sleep much last night. He finally goes to sleep. So we're like, okay, maybe things are going to be okay today. And then my wife was like, I just want to let you know, like, my eye is starting to get a little goopy. And I went, shit.
Oh.
So, like, I hadn't taken my eye drops for 2 days because with the drive up, and then I was exhausted all that day. So I was like, I just hadn't taken my eye drops. And I was like, shit, there's no way. Ain't no way my pink eye's coming back. And I'll be damned if I didn't wake up the next day and my wife's eyes were sealed shut by mucus. And my eyes were sealed shut by mucus. And I was like, what the hell? So it turns out that, like, I got my wife sick with pink eye while we were on vacation. And we thought about it. And we were like, all right, we've just got to, like, leave early. Otherwise, everyone in this cabin, because we're staying with my wife's family in a cabin, everybody in this cabin is going to get pink eye, and they're all going to have to leave early. So we drove 12 hours on Thursday and hung out for Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday woke up and we're like, we gotta fucking leave before everybody, like, this becomes ground zero for pink eye zombie infection. So drove another 12 hours back here, and the rest of the week was just basically wake up, take the baby to daycare, sleep, try to get better, using eye drops and like and getting okay. And end of the week comes, and like I'm still exhausted. Like I'm dead ass tired. And
I bet.
and I still, like, you can hear that I'm not like 100% recovered. We finally, like, work starts up again on Monday. Things are going sort of okay. So I'm like, all right, things are okay. I'm feeling all right enough. And I was like, man, what a rough time. Like I was sick with pink eye, and then I got sick with pink eye again, and I gave it to my wife, and like we had to drive, like all this, like ruined a vacation. Like, oh man, this sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I found out today, you remember I went to a tech conference.
Yeah.
I met a bunch of people there. One person there for sure had a worse day than I did today, because what happened to him is he flew out yesterday to a tech conference to go give a talk. And he gave his talk, and then afterward, while he was at that tech conference, found out that him and his entire department were laid off.
Oh,
So
no!
can you imagine, you're giving this talk and you're like, oh yeah, my name is like, I'm Colby. I work at like Acme Software. And the reason why I love working there is because like they really get it, and like they understand that like where things are going. And like, this is how you can like help blossom your career and like make smart choices and pick companies that are good. And hold on, I've got a text message. Oh, this is just, it's a text from my company that says, and I quote, "You can go fuck yourself." All right, cool. Well, I guess I don't have a job, so if anyone here's hiring.
God, oh no, that has to suck. Like, my company's all about family and togetherness, and we're fucking close-knit, and I don't got a job.
Yeah, and it's gone. Like, that seems to be how it is, because like a lot of companies like to be like, oh yeah, we're all like, we're tight knit, and we really care about our employees, and like, sometimes like, things are tough, but we're always going to try to do the right thing. And like, my company at the very least was like, we're going to lay off like 10% of the workforce. It's really hard to figure out who to lay off. So we laid off like 10%. So like no entire department got let go of. It was just like, people that we were like contracting to work for us temporarily, or like a couple, like a number of full-time employees. And I didn't get affected in that, which was nice. But like, even if I had been affected, I know that like they didn't cut out a whole team. Whereas this guy, the company was like, we got to save money. Well, there's a department of 6 people that we could just get rid of. Yeah, let's do that. All of them. Yes, all of them. We don't need the department. We don't need to be doing that. Throw it away.
Yeah, in fact, don't even keep it. Just blow it up.
Yeah. You know what? I know they all work remotely. Go to their house and take a dump on their front doorstep.
God, that made you feel better?
That made me be like, man, I had a really rough past couple of weeks, and I'm not out of it. But at the very least, I didn't go on stage with the confidence of someone who knows that they have a job, and exit the stage with the confidence of someone who knows they no longer have a job. And the rest of the tech conference, which by the way, it's continuing to go on the rest of this week, he gets to be like, hey, yeah, my name's Dave. Well, I am looking for a job. I know I wasn't before, but I am now. So
they're like, aren't you the guy that was talking about how you have a great job?
Yeah, I was that guy. I could still talk about how great a job I have if you hire me. So
you get it? Just
right.
Man, I couldn't imagine like my company sending me off like to a natural disaster because that's what security companies do and that's what they do for us.
Yeah.
And like I'm working up there, and then like as I'm coming back, I'm like, man, that was great. I got a bunch of extra money, and they're like, yeah, just leave the car back in our in the office parking lot, and also turn in your work badge because you no longer work for us anymore. That's all we needed you for.
Mm-hmm.
And that I'd be just as irate or baffled, befuddled. I'd be taken aback.
Just like imagine if they were like, oh yeah, we've contracted you to like work with this other company. You're going to be doing disaster relief, and like they are going to give us like they're going to give you a car. They're going to like there's a car that they've like rented, and then you're going to drive it over there. You're going to do it, and then yeah, you'll come back to work. And then in the middle of that, your company was like, actually, you don't work for us anymore. And then you're like, okay, oh well. Do I have to keep doing this? And they're like, yes, you do. You were still like, you're going to get paid for that. But whenever you come back, you're not going to have any more job. And then at the end of that, you were like, okay, can I at least drive the car back? They're like, no, that's on you now. You got to walk or you could rent your own car.
You just got a whole bunch of money. Take the bus home.
Mm-hmm.
You big idiot.
Wow.
You big jobless idiot.
Wow. Somebody asking for money and transportation. Jeez.
God, guy acts like he has a job or something. Fucking
yeah. Yeah. This guy acts like we give a shit about him. Huh? Oh shit, I was still on the phone. My bad.
God, no. I really, truly hate that. That is shitty. But then again, yeah, you have bad luck with being sick, and I always say it, and you're always like, "I'm not sick that often." You are sick all the fucking time.
Yeah. The thing is, like this was the time in which I got sick, and I was like. Ah, shit, I think Fee may be right. I think I maybe get sick all the time. Damn it.
Fucking, yeah, like, you always say you don't, but, like, you get sick, and you'll be sick for a week or two.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll have, like, a week or two of, like, respite. Maybe even just a week. And you'll be like, well, guys, I'm sick again.
Yeah.
It either started from the boy, or maybe it started with me, and then I spread it to the family, or they spread it to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just goes in like that, like a circle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's never the same sickness. It's either y'all have like a fever, and then the next time you're like, well, we have like chicken pox or whatever.
Yeah. Got the fucking the most recent thing is on like Friday, something in the back of my tongue hurt. And I like showed it to my wife. My wife was like, there's not even anything there. And my wife looked it up, and it turns out that like it has all the markings of an infected salivary gland, which is like, what the fuck is that?
Fucking being sick so much is turning you into like a hypochondriac.
Yeah.
Just every fucking ache, you're like, well, fuck, what is it now?
Oh, fuck, am I dying?
I've been living my best fucking couple of weeks.
Oh yeah. You're you're living in a hotel now, right?
Yeah, hotel life is. I feel like Zach and Cody living the sweet life.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Like honestly, I told this to like my sister. I was like, I kind of feel like if we didn't have to pay for this hotel and this was our house from now on, I'd be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Except I'd be upset that the internet sucks.
Yeah.
But this place is nice and cushy. I almost don't want to give it up because I won't have breakfast like for free anymore, just made for me before I get to go to work or like when I get off work.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like pretty good, honestly.
That's kind of like my only thing. I'm like, I won't have breakfast anymore when I wake up. I'll have to make it myself.
Biggest bummer.
But yeah, biggest bummer. I'll have to make it but like I guess it's like a cool luxury for me because I've never been in a place like a long time where I've just had the option of having free breakfast like all the time, or like sometimes on Wednesdays free lunch. And then having like everything around me being like a restaurant that I could go to for like 2 minutes and just get me some food.
Yeah.
I've never had that luxury, so like I don't want to say it's new to me, but it's just like, man, I feel fucking cool. Like,
Yeah. That's like, you've never been on a cruise, but that's what it's like on a cruise is if
yeah.
it's like 2:30 p.m. and you're like, I'm kind of like, I'm a little bit hungry. You could always go and get ice cream, and you could always go and get like shitty pizza, like just always, which is awesome.
It's not bad enough to be bad, but it's not good enough to be great.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just right.
Correct. It's like a nice tombstone, like, you know,
I'd say Little Caesars,
a Little Caesars. Yeah, Little Caesars is a good one.
but I honestly like Little Caesars. It's mediocre enough to be like wanted more than once.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. Little Caesars.
It's $5. What do you expect?
Yeah. To fair. What is it? There's Papa John's is slightly more expensive, and I got to the point where I fucking hated Papa John's because the like IEEE is the like Institute of Electrical Engineers, and they had like a campus, like an on-campus club, and we had to do meetings every week, and so the cheapest pizza that we could get with the corporate discount was Papa John's. So we had Papa John's. We had like 30 Papa John's pizzas delivered every IEEE meeting because we never knew how many people were going to show up, and so the amount of times in which I took home a pizza and a half from an IEEE meeting was honestly astounding for just a few weeks. And then I was like, oh, actually, I fucking hate this pizza.
You would think after the second meeting you'd figure out how much pizza like you'd need.
Here's the thing. We never knew because like the department had a requirement for engineering students where they're like, you have to have 10 or 5 IEEE points in order to pass this class, and you get 1 point for every meeting you go to.
They had a requirement. You need at least 3 slices.
You need at least 3 slices of Papa John's in you every week. And we're gonna check.
We're gonna make sure.
You got to shit in a bag and give it to us, and we'll know.
You got to tap this your ID badge on the pizza badge to indicate you've taken a slice.
Yeah, that's the thing is like, you know, you would do an IEEE meeting that's like, oh yeah, this engineer from this company is going to come by and talk to us. It's like, okay, I mean, this shouldn't have a bunch of people come because like it's not a job thing. It's not for a company. It's just like a guy talking about projects that he like is interested in, which to me is like, cool, but I'm not going to waste my time. But if it's close enough to the end of the semester, some kids are like, I got to get my IEEE points now. And so you'd be like, for some of those meetings, it's like, okay, well, we only ordered 5 pizzas this time, and there are now 60 people here. What the fuck?
I always feel bad. I always feel bad about when people order like a lot of food for like a group function, because you never know how much you're supposed to take, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're always just like, oh fuck yeah, and then like you get too excited, but then when you get to the fucking in front of the food, you're like, oh, there's still a lot of people behind me, and
yeah,
I feel like I'm taking a lot. Just fucking. With pizza, I feel like it's different because like if I take 2 or 3 slices, I know pizza's like not a lot of people's favorite food.
Yeah.
So I think it's a safe bet with 3 slices.
Yeah, 3 slices I think is like 2. If you're like, this pizza is for sure gonna run out, I'm just gonna take 2. There's no world in which I rock up to a fucking Little Caesars or a Papa John's pizza and I take 1 slice. There's zero world in which that happens, but I will give you the grace of just taking 2 if I'm pretty sure someone is gonna run out.
Yeah, I'll do 2, but like the caveat to that is you can't have that one like little slice.
Yeah.
That always comes in like one pie. Just there's that one tiny like sliver.
Mm-hmm.
If you get that, you're kind of obligated to get another piece.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, that's just me. That's pizza, group pizza aside. I haven't been, I haven't been put in that situation in a while.
Yeah, it's like it used to be a perk of like living with me, as I'd be like, oh yeah, IEEE meeting, I'll come back with some free pizza. And I swear to you, like I lived with 3 other guys, and I would come back and be like, hey, I brought pizza, and one of them one time was like, hey, can you stop bringing back pizza? We just throw it away the next day. Like, come on, man.
At first, it was like, and you were like, just fucking, and so they were just like, listen, it's becoming a problem, and we're like to the point where we're gonna vote you out of the apartment. Fucking.
Yeah, it's hey, you can't do this anymore. At this point, this feels like a hate crime. Yeah, okay.
I'm like, is this some kind of fucking experiment to see how long we can keep eating Papa John's pizza until we're fed up? He may order it like 40 times a month, but we're not that guy.
Yeah, man. If only.
If only.
If only.
Fucking, he is so, like, you remember that one clip? He's like, I ate Papa John's pizza 40 times in the whole month. They don't make it like I did when I worked there.
Yeah.
Fucking greasy.
Fucking idiot. God.
But pizza and Papa John's aside, that's not why we're really here today.
Yeah, we're here. I really wanted to do the line, but I can't because I'm too sick. I'll start coughing if I do.
What's the line?
The Whitebeard line. The one that he yells.
Oh! The One Piece!
Yeah.
The One Piece is real!
It's real!
Can you get much higher?
Yeah. One Piece live action dropped a second trailer. We are 2 episodes away from Gear 5th in the anime, and the manga has just done the unthinkable. So it's fucking One Piece time. If you don't want spoilers, keep listening and just go fuck yourself, okay?
Yeah, get that fucking put them fingies in your ears and pretend like you're not listening, but keep listening.
But yeah, keep listening. Or at the very least, you could turn the volume all the way down, but keep playing it so we get the listens.
Yeah, we want the listens.
Yeah,
now
we need the metrics.
I'm gonna start off with an apology to Colby.
Thank you. Well, not just me. Specifically, my wife is like, I deserve an apology for how shitty you were being in the Discord server about how bad this was going to be.
In my defense, that first trailer was whack.
It was pretty whack. The vibe of it was too serious, and the stuff that they showed off, it was minimal. But the stuff that they showed off was like, weird. Oh, this isn't gelling like One Piece should. Which and I get, like, in my initial reaction to that trailer was like, the stretchy bit, it's a good thing they didn't show us much of it, because like, I don't know.
It's like they showed all the cringe bits, and it didn't leave me with the high hopes.
Yes.
So it made me very upset, because I was like, man, they're botching this really bad, and I had a little hope because I've seen the sets. So I was shitting all over it.
Yeah.
But that trailer fucking it didn't bring it.
It didn't. Yeah, I'll give you that. It did not bring it.
I will give them an apology, just as a courtesy apology. But I'm giving you an apology because, like, you're just like, it may not be that bad, and I was shitting on it. Boy, I was wrong.
Yeah.
I'm standing here with my ass all the way out. I was wrong. I thought the second trailer that just dropped was fantastic. It was so good. It brought hope back into, like, the way So Luffy isn't as cringe as I thought.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually pretty cool. I liked him. This trailer sold me on this actor as Luffy.
Yeah.
And we're not like some brand new One Piece fans. We've been with it for like a while. I've been watching the anime for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I'm okay with him. My favorite actor so far is Zoro. He looks great.
He does look great.
In everything he's doing, he's fucking strong. He's running on the side of walls, cutting people's legs.
Yeah,
they're showing blood.
I think one of my favorite scenes in the second trailer is like Zoro does something and then Sanji comes like flying directly horizontally into frame and kicks the shit out of someone and stands there real cool. To be fair, the actor that plays Sanji looks like he's about 10 years too old, but that is fine because he's really hot and that's okay.
So the thing with that is, like, in that one scene, it is very apparent that he's on like a wire, right?
Oh yeah.
But I think that's funny. Like, there's no other way that could have been done. And it looks good. So
like the stretchy stuff from the first one, like the whole first trailer was just like, oh yeah, we've got like here's Zoro, here's Nami, here's Luffy, and you've got like a couple of things from the anime, but like really the only out of the ordinary crazy thing that they did was with the stretching. In this one, now they're like, okay, all of the like bonkers crazy stuff that's going to happen, it's going to look campy and not believable. And that's how we're going to tie everything together, is because nothing is going to look believable in here. And you just have to deal with it.
Yeah, and honestly, that's the best way they could have done it, because if they made it look too serious or good, it would have looked bad.
Mm-hmm.
So if they made it look like kind of, like you said, campy and like B-movie-esque, I think that's like very One Piece-esque. And they showed more, and I think he looks good of Buggy. He looks great in motion and not like not while he's fucking eating your face in the first trailer. Eating the camera. Man. And they show him going into pieces.
They show him going into pieces. And the thing is, here's somebody on YouTube brought this up, and I thought this would be great, is in the first trailer, Luffy's like, yeah, you got to announce your attack names. That's like all good warriors do that. And Zoro's like, no, they don't. This is the perfect opportunity for that to deliver when they fight Buggy, and Buggy announces all his attack names, and Luffy's like, hey, fucking see, Buggy's doing it.
Yeah, Luffy looks back at Zoro, I'm like, huh?
Then Zoro's like, okay, yeah, I get it. Purgatory Onigiri. Fucking
he's like,
1,000 eyes from the eastern sun.
You fucking Zoro's not gonna be throwing out purgatories right here, the East Blue.
Yeah, true.
In a fucking East Blue. No, he's just gonna throw out some onigiris and some tatsumakis.
Mm-hmm.
Sanji's gonna be there. I think everything looks great.
Mm-hmm.
But the fishmen.
Yeah, man, that's the thing. Arlong, the more that I look at him, the more that I'm like, oh, Arlong.
He looks like a Native American who got like fused with a fish on his face.
Yeah, like it's very obvious that it's a dude with like a fish face, and that they didn't do much else, because like if he could, like if they could have like made his upper body bigger, because like Arlong is supposed to be like this big fuck off muscular dude. He's got that big sword. The big sword in this makes him look small.
Yeah,
as opposed to being like, oh, that fits. Of course he has a big sword because he's a big dude. This is like Guts and fucking Berserk. Everybody's like, how's he carrying that sword? I don't understand.
He's supposed to be like 8 foot tall.
Yeah.
And like imposing over people. But he's just not in the live action. And the makeup, as good as it looks up close, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
It's when you zoom out, it's just you notice it. And like then you see Sanji fighting one of the other fishmen,
Mm-hmm.
and man, that costume looks bad.
Mm-hmm.
And that like there's no good way to have done it, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I mean, what I think is probably going to happen is season 1 is going to get well enough that they're going to get a season 2, and I think
Yeah.
they're going to get a second shot at like doing Fishmen proper and doing characters that are really big, cuz we also got to see a lot of Garp, and
Yeah.
they did not choose to make Garp a big fucking like
barrel chested
yeah,
man.
like God, what is even that body shape? It's because it's not a triangle.
No,
It's like a oh God, it's like an upside down vase where just like their
Yeah.
entire upper body is just like getting more massive up until the shoulders. And they got this little tiny head.
yeah. It's you can't do that with like humans, but the costume looks really good, and then they do the whole Gold Roger.
Which, by
like,
the
really
way,
good
that
scene.
actor fucking sold it.
Yeah, he did.
I thought he did great.
I think with what we know now, I think they should have at least show some of the people in the crowd when he's getting executed.
Yeah.
Like they should like show Dragon there, because Dragon was there. Who else was there? Shanks as a kid, right? Buggy.
I think we did actually see Dragon there. They have a scene, they have a shot from the crowd as he's like going up the elevator, and it is it's like a person in a big green cloak, so pretty sure that that's Dragon.
Like I want to say Frankie was there, but I don't think Frankie was there.
No, I don't
Ace
think so.
was there.
Mhm.
Ace was there.
Ace was there.
Buggy was there.
Mhm.
Shanks was there. No, Ace wasn't there.
Who was at Roger's execution? I'm googling it. Oh wow, okay. Mihawk, Moria, Shanks, Buggy, Smoker, Dragon, and Doflamingo at the very least.
Doflamingo, yeah. That's right. There's people there, so I don't want, it doesn't have to show all of them, but at least show like Dragon and maybe Doflamingo.
Yeah.
But like I'm kind of psyched to get a season 2 if they do get it, because like, man, if I gotta tell you, that trailer like really switched me over.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it switched a lot of people over.
Yeah, I think so too. A lot of like the sentiment, I think, has gone from like, I don't know, probably not, over to like, actually, this kind of looks fun. I'm interested in checking this out. And like, we're less than a month away. We're like a couple of weeks away from it releasing.
No, well, like literally, like it comes out on the 23rd of August.
Mm-hmm.
So like a little less than a month.
Yeah, as we record this on the 25th, it's a little less than a month. Just like 4 weeks.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, man, I am mega excited. Like I hope they do release all the episodes in one day, because whenever they do, that's just going to be me binging One Piece. That's One Piece binge day.
Yeah.
And I'll tell Colby, I'm like, hey, I know you said you wanted to watch one episode, but I think it's worth the whole show.
We'll see. Because the other thing that may happen is you go, yeah, it's great. I'm really excited. I watched the first episode and like it's kind of slow, but like it's gonna get there. And then by episode 8, you're like, well, I have to finish it, but I do hate it.
Here's the thing. If like you watch the anime, like the beginning of the anime isn't slow.
Mm-hmm.
Like even the anime, it's just one thing after the other. Like the first episode, Luffy's fighting pirates on Alvida's fucking ship.
Yeah.
And then immediately after, he's on the island rescuing Zoro from Axe-Hand Morgan, and you spend 2 episodes there, and then he leaves, and then fucking they meet Buggy like on the 5th episode.
Yeah.
Like the beginning of the East Blue arc goes by quick.
Yeah.
And and if the first are, if they're gonna do an hour long per episode, I think they'll spend like the first 10 or 20 minutes with Alvida, and then they'll kind of speed run like some things like getting Zoro and Usopp, because you see more Usopp in this trailer and he looks good.
Yeah.
And we'll probably speed run getting them and then winding up on the Baratier, although we might spend an episode fighting Klahadore because we see Mary as Klahadore's claws come out behind him.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah. That's going to be super sick. It also seems like they're changing some of the Arlong Park stuff. So like the scene where Luffy like gives his hat to Nami is at night, and it seems like they walk into Arlong Park at like sunrise. So it could be that like the hat scene happens and then they immediately go over to Arlong Park to go kick his fucking ass as the sun's rising.
What happens. That's kind of what happens in the anime.
I thought it wasn't at night. I thought that like the hat scene happened and then it was like it wasn't at night. It was like in the early morning, right before the sun rose. Mm-hmm. So like it could be like him talking to Nami right before the sun rises, and then when it rises, he shows up at Arlong Park. Mm-hmm. But we're gonna see Arlong before that at the Baratier. Yeah,
because if you look at the trailer, like they're fighting in the Baratier, and then Arlong breaks through the door of the Baratier because right above him it says Baratier.
Yeah,
which I don't remember happening.
Yeah, Arlong was not at Baratier, so
yeah, because which then leads to me. I don't think they're gonna do the scene with Don Krieg. Mm-hmm. I don't think Don Krieg's gonna show up because they haven't showed him.
Yeah.
Although I haven't IMDb'd it, so I don't know if there's a Don Krieg actor listed.
Yeah, let me see. Let's check it out. Let's look.
Because I think Don Krieg is like the first like multi-episode long fight.
Yep, he's in here. 3 episodes.
Oh, okay, so 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. I'm probably assuming that he's gonna show up at the end of one of the episodes. Then one episode is gonna be dedicated to fighting him, and then the third episode is gonna be after they beat the shit out of him and leaving the Baratier.
Yeah.
And then right after that, the end of the show is gonna be dedicated to Arlong Park, and then going. Getting a, what's it called? Not a log pose, but what's the first thing they get? The compass.
Oh,
like
yeah.
That leads them to the Grand Line.
Yep.
Which I wonder, are they gonna do Skypiea?
Oh, I mean, not in this season for sure, but I mean,
no. I mean,
Skypiea is so important for everything that becomes One Piece.
So they have to do Skypiea, but that comes after they get Chopper, and that's when. So next season they're probably gonna get Chopper, and I bet out in the last episode they're probably gonna leave like some after credit things of like probably Enel or probably Chopper like in the distance, and we're gonna get like that last peak of Chopper, and I really. That's what I'm dreading because, like, Chopper has to be full CG.
Yeah.
But he's important to the crew, so we can't leave him out.
I mean, to be fair, if you think about, like cute, like, CG mascot guys, I gotta say, I really liked Sonic the Hedgehog, so...
I think if they go the Sonic route, it'll be safe.
Yeah.
But then again, like, Chopper does a lot of fighting, too, so...
You know, I'm looking at this cast list, and my favorite thing is you could tell what happens in all of the episodes with the Straw Hats, because Luffy and Zoro both are in 8 episodes. So that means that Luffy meets Zoro at the end, probably at the end of episode 1. Nami is in 7 episodes, though.
Oh, so she's episode 2.
So she's episode, so she gets introduced episode 2. Usopp gets introduced episode 3 because he's in 6 episodes, and Sanji gets introduced in episode 4 because he's only in 5 episodes.
Yeah. That's man. Okay, so that's the what's it called? That's how you know. That's the roadmap.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's the tell, dude. We already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We've just put out the roadmap. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and
So, like,
Arlong is there for 4 episodes.
oh shit!
Yeah.
So he's there from like there's only 8 episodes.
Yeah, so he for sure shows up probably like they probably
Halfway
meet Sanji in episode 4, and then episode 5 is where Arlong shows up at Baratier and does some shit, and then they actually kick his ass a few episodes later.
Maybe he just kind of he doesn't like show up. Maybe like halfway, like he's on his way. Like he's like, oh fucking Nami, she's got me map. I gotta fucking...
Yeah, good Arlong voice.
He's a pirate, you see.
Yeah, arr. Everybody
Arr.
in this show be talking like this. I'm gonna be king of the pirates. See, I'm a rubberman. Purgatory onigiri. Arr.
Onigiri, grr, scurvy. So yeah, I'm very hyped for it. I definitely want a season 2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I want more than that because like then we start getting into like crazy territory.
Yeah. The longer that it goes on, the less confidence I have that they'll be able to pull it off. But who knows? Maybe by then I'll be like, oh, actually, maybe they can.
It'll just be like hard to like put full arcs into like one season. Like, how are you gonna put all of Alabasta into just one season?
Yeah.
How are you gonna put all of fucking Thriller Bark into like one season? It has to just be Thriller Bark.
Yeah.
Then again, like no filler, just story.
Yeah, I mean they're compressing a lot of stuff. To start off with, so they may be able to compress it even more.
Yeah, if they're gonna do it the way I think they're gonna do it, I think they're doing it the right way, and I'm okay with that. As like, because some of the lines, gave me a little bit of a chuckle. Like you see some of that Zoro Sanji banter. You see Luffy being a goofy guy. Like when he meets the bird and he's like, "Oh, you want to be part of my crew?" And the bird's like, "Where?" And he flies away and he's like, "Mutiny."
Yeah.
And
news coup.
I laughed, and then when they were like, "Oh, those you," and you see some of those people on the wanted board.
Yeah, they put Foxy in there of all people.
Yeah, they put Foxy in there, and some other people. And he's like, "Where?" He's like, "Where am I?" What did he say? Where's my picture? What did he say?
There, it's Kobe's like, yeah, isn't this awful? And he's like, yeah, where's my picture?
It fucking made me laugh. I was like, God, I want to watch this like right now.
Yeah.
So like, man, I'm on the One Piece is real train right now. Like, this is gonna be good. It may not be a 10 out of 10, but it'll definitely be like a 7 or 8.
Well, and here's the thing. It's not just like the live action is super hype, but before that, you'll have the like purported to be the ultimate episode coming out to One Piece in 2 weeks.
Oh God.
Yep.
Oh God, I'm so ready for it. August the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
August the 5th is when we're gonna see our boy, our Joy Boy.
Yep.
We're gonna see our Gear 5th, good old Lufas. He's gonna come fucking full swing. I was gonna wait because I didn't read the manga.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I just can't. I can't. I want to read. I want to see.
Yeah.
So I tells Colby, I'm like, hey man, I gotta see what's gonna happen. I haven't seen it. I've been keeping away, but I just can't. And he gave me the link, and I was reading it. Oh, I'm hype.
Yeah.
I'm very hype. I'm super hype for this episode. For Luffy to go all cartoony and warp reality and fucking sling Kaido around like
just lightning bolts and The
Yeah.
thing is, like, my favorite thing about the One Piece anime is that, and the manga did this too, is they built it up. Like, they built up to, like, Luffy even says in the most recent episode, he's like, this is my final Gear 4th. And you're like, wow, what a way to be like, hey, I'm about to do Gear 5th without saying it.
Yeah.
But, like, and everything that's been leading up to that is like, shit, you know, like King and Zoro are still fighting, and fucking Queen and Sanji just wrapped up, and fucking like Yamato is like downstairs, and there's this fire thing going toward the like all the explosives, and like everything is going crazy because it's like, we got to hold up Onigashima with like the flame clouds, and God, everything is so tense and crazy, and like now you've got this fight with Kaido, and then just to, in the one fell swoop, be like, yeah, the ultimate power is Looney Tune power. And now just Luffy can just do whatever he wants. He like pulls the ground out from under Kaido like it's a rug. Fucking
Yeah.
If Luffy wanted to, he could pick a hole up off the ground and throw it somewhere else. Because that's what he can do now. He can do anything.
Yeah, he basically everything around, like, spoilers. I'm sorry, spoilers for One Piece and its powers, but basically Luffy turns into a Looney Tunes character, and reality around him is what he makes of it. If he wants the floor to be rubber, it's gonna be rubber. If he wants the lightning to be grabbable and turned into fucking rubber, he'll do it. If he wants to hit you and you turn cartoony, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because he fucking throws his fist right through Kaido's fucking face. He reaches his arms through Kaido's eyeballs and pulls himself out of his stomach.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Like, this whole thing is gonna be so crazy, dude.
It's just, and the thing is, like, everything's already, like, Big Mom's dead. Everyone's done fighting. The fire is out. The only things that are going right now is the CP9 just fucking took out Luffy, and Kaido killed that guy. Or is probably about to.
That was my favorite thing, is like Kaido immediately, like, it's like he looks at him and he's like, you know what this means? And this guy's like, puts his hat down like, I'm gonna fucking die right now, but like, I had to do this, otherwise the world government was gonna kill me. And then Kaido's like, all right, I'm just gonna kill you now.
Dude, the look on Kaido's, the betrayal on his face when he kills quote unquote Luffy is devastating. He's devastated. Like, he is so upset at the fact that his fight was interrupted. And like he looks like he like lost a family member, like the face of Kaido.
Yeah. Kaido, like, the thing is, because Kaido has a PTSD flashback of like, oh god, this is just like when I fought Odin and I killed him, and I beat that fight, but I didn't do it by myself. Oh god, this is just like that. Oh god. And he's like, he wants to throw up about it. It's great.
It's so good. And then like he gets back up and Kaido's like, oh fuck yeah, I'm ready to go still. But the thing is, like, Kaido's like down. He's like, I killed, everyone's like, oh fuck, you killed Luffy, and he's like, yeah, I killed Luffy. But then, like, Luffy gets his power, and everyone's like, oh, what the fuck is going on? And then a big fucking hand comes down through the ceiling and picks him, like, grabs him and brings him back to the ceiling.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
God. I'm so pumped.
Yeah. The only other thing going on is fucking, Odin's daughter and, Orochi are, like, still fucking being dumb with each other.
God.
Well, like, the room is catching on fire. Like, who gives a fuck?
Orochi's the worst.
Yeah, he's
the fact that he's died like 6 times, it's like, God, just hurry up and do it.
He has like 7 heads, so
can you stay dead, please? Wouldn't that be great?
Well, technically he is now, so
yeah, I guess.
I mean, it was a good resolution, like how he died. It's just, man, could you have just not come back so many times?
Yeah, that would have been great, actually. If you would have just, like, fucked off.
When Kaido sliced his head off at the at the party. That was so fucking good. If he would have
Mm-hmm.
just stayed dead, but no.
But no.
Uh, it like I read onto that. Like I'm on the road to Laugh Tale right now, and it's getting good.
Yeah. Man.
And man, like I can't tell you how hyped I am to like see where this is going because now I have like a little bit of a roadmap. I know where we're going. I think I'm on like chapter 1060
Yeah.
out of like 1088, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm very excited. Like the funny thing is, right when all is said and done, he beats Kaido, sends him to hell. Onigashima, they bring it down safely. Finally, right when it's safe, the people at the Flower Festival are like, still fucking partying and just barely let their fucking lanterns go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, if y'all don't stop fucking partying, I'm so tired of seeing y'all.
God, is no one gonna look up? No one is looking up.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, man, this festival is so good. You know what my favorite part about the festival is? We all have neck pain, so we can't look up.
They never look up, and like even when they let go of their lanterns, they don't notice shit. It's only until fucking the cloud of smoke and Momonosuke in dragon form comes into the fucking capital, and he's like, "Yo, Kaido's dead," and they're like, "Oh shit!"
Oh, wait,
Only
what? Has that been happening? When did that happen?
Yeah, when was this going on? Only when that happens do they freak out. They've been partying for months. They haven't looked up.
It's been a year and a half of them partying straight. They haven't looked up once.
But so mad that watching the show, like of watching like fights and stuff, but then intercut with the same shots of the people dancing. I've been so pissed off. Stupid. I hate it. But we're already at the end. We're right there. I could see the tunnel at the end.
God, it's so like the anime is getting so crazy good. And the thing is, the manga slowed down for maybe 2 chapters, and then it has just been going a mile a minute since. So like we're already on like I forgot what chapter, yeah, like 1080 something, and
88, I think.
like so many developments about the like lore has been dropped, and like Navy ships are out there, and Garp is doing stuff, and Luffy's doing stuff, and fucking Blackbeard's doing stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, he wanted to steal Boa Hancock's power, but didn't get to. He was fucking brought to a stalemate.
He was brought to a stalemate by Kobe, of all people.
Yeah, no shit. Out of all the people, I was telling Kobe this. I'm like, out of all the people I thought would be important when they were introduced to the show was Kobe, the first person Luffy meets ever. I never thought he'd be important as he is right now.
Yeah.
It's so, and Hell Meppo of all people.
Hell Meppo, yeah.
So like it's so wild. I'm just One Piece is getting so good, and we're nearing the end. Like not like really nearing the end, because I think they said they still have like what 3-4 years of manga.
I think so, yeah. I think like at this point it was supposed to be 5 years last year, so I think we're supposed to be yeah. I think
we're at like
supposed to be
3.5
years, yeah.
like 3.5 now, because like we're halfway over.
Mm-hmm.
But like, man, you can already see it. It feels like we're ramping up to like a very good ending point.
Yeah.
It just it feels like we're in Endgame right now for One Piece. It almost makes me feel like I did when Avengers Endgame, like everything was ramping up to the final battle.
Yeah.
Like we're getting at that point in the manga. But
Yeah.
the anime still has a couple of years left, and I'm gonna feel this way. Like we're gonna have our good highs and our good little lows, but we're gonna have our highs.
Mm-hmm.
And then like right when he finds like the One Piece, man, I'm gonna bawl like a newborn baby. I'm just I don't know how I'm gonna feel. I don't know where in my life I'm gonna be, how I'm gonna feel when when they find the One Piece and then they announce the Two Piece.
The two-piece.
The Two Piece is real. Like, is Luffy gonna find the One Piece and then leave it there and then announce to the world that the One Piece is real and they gotta find it?
Yeah.
Like,
I have found the
is
One
it
Piece
just-
too. Now it's your turn.
Hey, guess what? I found the One Piece. I'm the king of the pirates.
Ah, now I'm thinking about Ah. Boo.
Yeah, like I hope. Here's what I hope. I hope that after like all is said and done, whatever happens at the One Piece, whatever it is, whenever they're there at Laugh Tale, I want them to do like a time skip in the future of like Luffy as like a very well seasoned pirate,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone on the crew just like older and more badass,
Yeah.
and Luffy's still like king of the pirates, and I wanna like see him with like his like telling his kids. I want it to be like he was telling his kids this story.
Mm-hmm.
And like his kids are like, we want to be pirates too, and Luffy's like, well, I left everything in one piece.
Yeah.
and then the 4 Kids themes play.
That would be great.
Gotta go, fucking dreaming.
Man,
Okay,
what I think is like, I think this is like, this does have that like Avengers Endgame like build up thing, and the only thing that I'm really hoping is that they can pull it off. Like I hope that they get to the One Piece, and the One Piece is real, and the One Piece is like something that I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool, or like at the very least, oh that makes sense.
Yeah, but what is it? Like, what is it?
What is it?
Like, I'm pretty sure because you watch like One Piece YouTube. Like, what are the theories of the One Piece?
Oh, one of them is that it's like a poneglyph that like details the Void Century. One is that like it's basically the history of the world up until when Joy Boy returns, and it details like the world government's downfall. That way, like, so the clues that we know about the One Piece is that Roger and his crew found it. They saw it, and then they laughed, and also that they know they were too early.
Yeah.
And Roger heard like 2 Sea Kings talking to each other, and they were like, yeah. Like our leader is being born soon, and so he knows that he's 20 years too early. So we know that Luffy is the one who's like meant to find, or somebody in Luffy's generation is the one who's meant to find it.
Yeah, whoever embodies Joy Boy.
Yeah,
and he's laughing because he probably won't be able to see it because he knows he has this fucking illness, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
or maybe there's like. Maybe it's like a flower that blooms once every 20,000 years or some shit.
Oh, no way. Like, those, the One Piece. Oh, no. Like, I don't know how I'd feel if the One Piece was just like a stupid, like, a gag. Like, it was just a stupid gag. Mm-hmm. That's why they laughed. Because it was just a throwaway, like, stupid joke or something.
They're like, ah! it's a joke book.
It's a joke. It's a flower that looks like a wang. It's a dick flower. It looks just like a wiener, a wee wee.
Man.
Just, it's just like, oh, this is like, I don't want to say it's like anime's best kept secret, but like I guess it could be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like, what other anime has been and manga has been going on for like 20 years that's kept a secret this long?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because most people like forget that they're after the One Piece. They're just watching, wacky pirate fights.
Hmm.
But you got to remember, they're not just trying to get to the last island. They're trying to get to the One Piece.
That's
So,
true.
like, no one really knows what the One Piece is, and
Yeah.
that's like crazy to me. But like,
And,
do you
and and I
do
don't
you
think they took anything either. I don't think the Roger Pirates took anything from there. So it can't be
no?
like, well, I don't know. The other question is like, what the fuck is that big egg on Roger's ship? Why is there a
Uh,
big egg on Roger's ship? Hey, where did that come from?
maybe it's a dragon egg.
Could be, or maybe it's where Big News Morgans was born from. Like nobody fucking knows, right?
Yeah. Do you think they do a Gold Roger spin-off after One Piece is over?
No. No,
Uh,
I don't know what. If I were Oda,
I would just retire. He's got fucking retirement money.
oh yeah, I would retire as well. But like, if I need to, if I need to continue working because that's just the kind of human that I am, I would have to come up with a new manga or whatever. But it would have to take time. Like, I would have to, I would have to take a year or two off just to like get other ideas that aren't pirate things in my brain. Because whenever it ends, Oda for at least another year is just going to be thinking, "Oh God, I could have fucking changed that about the ending. Oh God,
Yeah.
oh no, oh I just thought of like a really cool plot. Oh, that could have been like 2 more years of One Piece. No, come on,
Do you
man."
do you think Oda knows what the One Piece is, or is he just winging it?
Oh, I think he knows what the One Piece is now. I don't think he did when he started, but I think he knows what it is now.
Yeah. Are you sure? Hmm.
I think
I
that's what I think.
I don't know. Like, I want to ask him. Get Oda on the horn. Be like, yo,
Get him on the horn.
the hell's the One Piece?
That would be
Just-
great to be able to like, if we could interview him and be like, hey, like, especially after the fact, be like, hey, when did you know what the One Piece was? And then if he's like, oh yeah, I knew it from the beginning, it just immediately be like, bullshit, you're bullshitting.
Yeah. I wanted to be like, honestly, I didn't know until like 15 years later. Like going on, like I didn't think about it. I didn't have to think about it. Just fucking. God, it's so crazy. Like, oh man, One Piece is one of those shows. Like, you just have all these things, right? You have all these like questions, but like everything happens and takes so long into like one spot. And like they've only been on the sea for like a year, but like they spent like 2 years away from each other, right? Like less than a year.
Yeah.
So like they were together less than a year before the time split, right?
I think so, yeah.
And then they spent 2 years away from each other training, got back together. They were badass after Marineford and everything.
Yeah.
And then after they got back together,
Mm-hmm.
they have just been sailing for a few months up until they got to Wano.
Yeah.
So, like, it's crazy that this story that's been going on for like 20 years is only like the span of, I guess 3 years technically.
Yeah. Yep.
And only like half, like 1 year of the crew knowing each other and being so loyal.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like,
It's
whenever you take a look at like how long it is in universe, the fact that they've accomplished everything that they've accomplished is mind-blowing.
yeah, they've pretty much been like beelining it to doing what like Luffy's wanted to, like going to the Grand Line,
Yeah.
and then like Zoro's training with Mihawk, and then just doing all this stuff, like flipping the government on its fucking head, because like even before they did the time split, like Luffy was already taking down like big name pirates, and then he gets to the Grand Line, then he fucking saves Arabasta, and after he does that, then like now the government has their eye on him, and then now he's put in like jail, and then he has to go save fucking Nico Robin, and his brother dies, and they spend 2 years apart so they could train because fucking Bartholomew Kuma sent them to like different parts of the fucking world with his power. And after 2 years, now like new shit's happening, but the crew's gotten stronger. Now they're badass. Now they're together. And now like more shit's going on.
Yeah.
And then they defeated like the warlords like one after another. Not like one after another, because like even when they fought Big Mom at Whole Cake Island, they didn't defeat her. They just slowed her down. But Luffy did gain Gear Force to beat Katakuri.
Yeah.
So
still like one of the better villains too.
God, yes. God, Katakuri is so fucking cool.
Cool fight. Cool times, honestly.
Yeah, dude, Whole Cake Island is such a good arc. But so is Dressrosa.
True. Dressrosa is I think Grand Line Review did a retrospective on it, but apparently while it was coming out, everybody hated Dressrosa for a couple of reasons. One is that it's a long arc. It's like a longer arc.
Very long arc.
Two is, while it was coming out, apparently the manga kept doing this, or sorry, the anime kept doing this thing where like they were doing one chapter per one episode per chapter, and they like didn't put in any filler. Instead, they just kept doing flashbacks to the same like 3 or 4 scenes.
Yes.
And they like, everybody's like, wow, if I have to fucking see this one scene again, I'm going to kick this child that's in it.
Every episode, if you looked in the comments, they're like, the episode starts like 5 minutes in, so like the episode's like 15 minutes long.
Yep. Because
you get the intro, and then you'd immediately get, all right, this is the lay of the battlefield. This is who's fighting. This is what happened. God Usopp showed up. Fucking Frankie's fighting Baby. I forget his name. Fucking this whole mountain is still fighting Zoro.
Yep.
They're still fighting. Now Usopp's gotta snipe this person from a mile away.
Yep. And he's gotta and all of these things, it's like, okay, Zoro's in the air. 2 episodes later, he's like, I'm almost there. You're like, God, come on.
It only speeds up once Luffy fights fucking Don Quixote. And then we get into normal time.
Yeah. That's whenever like the whole series isn't in like, because JoJo's Bizarre Adventure does this too, where they're like, oh God, like he did this, and like does he know that I'm planning on doing this? Does he like, what about, if I'm thinking about this, what if I'm thinking about that? And like they have that where they elongate like a 5-second thing into like a 2-minute like monologue or conversation between 2 characters. But One Piece did that for whole fucking episodes.
Yeah, no shit. And then interspliced it with flashbacks, not only of the battle that's been going on, but like we see Law's flashback of how he knows Don Quixote and why it's important that he's there, and how he got his devil fruit. And then we see flashbacks of Don Quixote, and why it's important that he's there, and he's not, even though he's all bad, you understand like what he went through.
Yeah.
And then you go to flashbacks of like his crew that he has there. Then you go to the flashbacks of I forget his name, the Nutcracker, who's a man that nobody forgets, who has the saddest story in all of One Piece. He literally has the saddest story in all of One Piece.
Yep.
Even sadder than fucking Brook.
Yeah, than Brook and Laboon.
Yeah, and fucking everyone sad about Brook and Laboon, but no one ever mentions fucking Nutcracker. I forget his name. Yeah. So like the one girl who has the power to turn people into toys and make everyone around them forget who they are.
God, what a fucked up power.
That's such a fucked up power, dude. It's a stupid power. So it's like Don Quixote is like taking over the island. This happens a long time ago, and this is how it ties into the gladiator girl. I forget her name. And she's like, yeah, my dad was like the best gladiator, and now he's a deadbeat. No one knows where he's at, and he let my mom die, and she doesn't even remember him. And the Nutcracker is like trying to like be there for her, and he's like helping her, and she's like, "Fuck off, Nutcracker!
Fuck off, Nutcracker, idiot!"
Yeah, and like the whole time that Nutcracker was her dad under that spell.
Yep.
And that's not just the sad part. The sad part is like he was the hero that everyone loved and no one remembered him. And his wife died not remembering who he was like in front of him and like being really upset with him as she was dying. And he was right there. God, it was so sad. It's like the saddest thing in One Piece.
Yep.
So,
I mean, honestly, it had all the hallmarks of like being an excellent arc, but they just drew it out too long, which like I'm really happy with the pacing of the anime right now because like they are doing one chapter per, but they're also filling it in with things like they're cutting to other characters' reactions or like, you know, filling some of the stuff out instead of being like, I remember this one time. Remember when this happened before? What about we're gonna play the outro for it's a 2.5 minute outro. Yeah.
I think they learned from Dressrosa, but also I think Dressrosa had caught up to the manga, didn't it? So like they had to fill the episodes with something, and they didn't know how. But now they've learned since then. So. Wano's going at like a good pace. Like they have plenty of chapters to fill, and the manga's still going on. So they got plenty to like cover before they catch up.
Yeah.
So I think we're at a good point.
Man.
And if you're a fan of the One Piece Pirate Warriors game, One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. They're dropping the Joy Boy DLC and Onigashima Luffy character pack and the Onigashima DLC. I'm really excited for that because I really love that game.
Hell yeah. It's going to be a good time.
It's a good time to be a One Piece fan.
It is. It's also a good time to be a fan of this podcast because it is almost over.
Yeah, this episode is.
This episode is almost over. This is good times. We've got good times coming up. We've got good times behind us. We've got the pod. I don't know what I'm talking about. You can find us on twitch.tv where we're recording this live at twitch.tv/GoGetUsPod. Just sign up for notifications. We record sometime between 0 and 3 times a week. And we try to release every week. We took 1 week off because of my bad. But we release audio podcasts every Wednesday on any podcatcher that you can name, including Spotify, Apple, and Google. Those come out at 5 in the morning, so you can listen on your commute to work. But if you don't want to do that, you want to just watch the stream replay where you can see Squidward's legs, then you check out our YouTube channel at 2 p.m. every Wednesday, and that's whenever a new episode comes out. Follow us on social media if you want to see some shorts. Oh, we got those shorts for you.
They're so fucking colorful.
Yeah. And you can watch those shorts on our YouTube channel or on our TikTok. So go get at us.
Go and like, follow, and subscribe, and leave a comment telling us what you liked and not what you didn't like, just what you liked. And do that. Follow, like, subscribe, and before you go, here's what I want you to do. Get in your favorite cosplay. It could be anything, preferably One Piece, because we're big One Piece fans. But it could be anything. I want you to show up in the crowd of a courthouse.
Mhm.
I want you to wait for when the lawyer's really getting into the prosecutor, and when that prosecutor, or when the person on stand, pulls out a weapon, presumably acid. It's always acid.
Mhm.
When you're fully in your costume, I want you to jump and stop that man. I want you to go get him.
Go get him.
Just
Honestly, can you imagine? Since we're talking about One Piece, imagine being at Roger's execution and fucking 12-foot tall Whitebeard is right next to you, and you're like, "Yo, is that fucking Whitebeard? Is he gonna stop the execution?" And they kill Roger, and then Whitebeard jumps up on the stage like, shit, I'm too late.
You're there the whole time, Whitebeard. Just like, of all the people that were there, they could have stopped him.
You
but
were
I
just
guess
watching.
you didn't do anything. You were just there.
You
But
just watched
didn't
him.
try. You were there. You didn't try.
You didn't try. Blackbeard will try. Blackbeard can do it.
Do it. Oh no. Oh fuck. Bye. Blackbeard.
Bye.
Bye.